GT with the Vibe Podcast coming at you another episode. So I'm going to talk real quick about this Caitlin Clark stuff. They talking about racial problems in the WNBA. Shannon going to tell it like it is. You know Uncle Shay going to keep it real with us whenever he speak. But I just want to kind of talk about it a little bit because, I mean, Caitlin Clark come in the league, you know, they beating her to shit. Unnecessary fouls, flagrant fouls, crazy stuff. And it's like, that ain't even basketball. Like, when it goes outside of the realm of playing basketball, it is unnecessary. When it goes outside the realm of stuff that you would normally do in a game, it is unnecessary. There's hand checking, kind of little shoves here and there, but the extra stuff, running people down just to hit them with that right there, just to kind of, they say, well, we got to get the rookies acclimated, yada, yada, yada. I mean, it's the best rookie to ever come into the league, man. Okay, man, like people, I mean, I'll be hooping on Sunday. People like, man, I'm going Caitlin Clark on y'all. It used to be I'm going LeBron, I'm going Kobe. I'm going Caitlin Clark. She finna put the WNBA on the map. Literally gonna put the WNBA is gonna be on the map because of her. But they treating her like dogs. Shh. When this should be their time to shine. This should be about playing, putting better product on the court as opposed to, hey, I'm gonna hate on the next player. But we're gonna let them speak real quick. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit to a specific spot.
It all started, and the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that. Like, it's not just because of one person. A lot of us have done so much for this game, and there are so many great players in this league that have deserved this for a really, really long time, and luckily,
great draft class.
All right,
Monica.
I love
pick
this
us
sound.
off.
I love this sound by Angel Reese, and I think it is honest. When she speaks about the league, she talks about the collective. And yes, she did acknowledge herself. We talked about the experience of the Chicago Sky game that was streamed on a cell phone and thousands of people locked in to watch that broadcast.
2 million.
We talked about 2 million. You're right, Shay. We talked about the 3.2 million followers, her Met Gala experience, being able to go to the Met Gala and show up in a preseason game, the numbers that have translated in terms of her ability to rebound for this Sky team. This is an organization that is
Reese
also
is killing it.
finding its way under new head coach.
Give her
Reese
props.
Witherspoon. And so I love the confidence that...
I'm going to cut it right here and say something about Reese. Balling. This draft class that they just had come out into the league, literally balling, handling business out there. Changing the game, more athletic, more physical, ballers, and this is good for the WNBA. I mean, overall, granted, Caitlin Clark is the cream of the class, but the class as a whole is great. And so I like what Reese had to say. We out here balling ain't because of one person, but you also got to understand that one person is extremely valuable to the sport, like Tom Brady was to football. Extremely valuable to the sport. So if something happened to Tom Brady, just like they change rules on Tom Brady. They change rules in the NFL because of Tom Brady. That's where Caitlin Clark is going to be for the WNBA, handling business. And I'm black, and I'm gonna shoot. I'll shoot a 3-point shot and hit it. And be like, I went Caitlin Clark on y'all. Literally, that's what I'll say. I went Caitlin Clark on y'all, and it's crazy. Used to be Kobe. Remember we shooting back in the hood, Kobe. Now they saying I'm Caitlin Clark. Like, you got men that love basketball that play that play pickup games, watching the WNBA now, representing the WNBA because of that player. And so, yeah, you can boast yourself up, but you don't want to devalue what somebody else is while you're boasting yourself up. That's all I got to say about that part.
That Angel Reese operates with, but the good sign that she understands the big picture of what is happening in women's basketball.
What I love most about what she said is that she's always paying it backwards. She's always talking about those that came before her.
Tell them, Shay.
She understands there are a lot of great players that didn't get the opportunities that she got to go to a Met Gala, that's on television, that have social media, that had NILs or whatever marketing deals were in college, that were very good players that never got an opportunity. They didn't even have a WNBA. And so for her to constantly always go back and to make sure she gives those, and even though if she doesn't mention them by name, we've been around this game long enough to understand who a lot of those women are. I love the fact that she does that. I love the fact, yeah, she is. It goes back, look, it started when Caitlin Clark, when she took down South Carolina, that mythical team, they were undefeated, and nobody thought they were going to lose and guess what happens? She did that. And then when Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark got together, guys, I know, Monica, you and Shanae, don't remember this, but this was Larry Bird and this was Magic Johnson. And we know how it's divided. Whether you want to admit it or not, it is what it is. And so we got that. And so you got one side over here, you got one side over there, and there, for whatever reason, competition or whatever you want to say. And then these gestures like this, it fueled a fire. I think a lot of the resentment and anger and ire was because, Angel is doing this. I ain't got no problem with that. To the victor goes the spoil. I get to do whatever I want to do. If I want to the hookah dance or whatever I want to do, I'm going to do because I won the ball game. So Angel is absolutely correct. I have no problem with what she said. This rookie class has been amazing from Caitlin Clark to Angel Reese to Cameron Brink or Rickay Jackson. All of them have been outstanding. And we're watching this, and we're watching the WNBA rise. And I'm happy for it because there are a lot of women that put a lot of hard work and sacrifice in that did not get the credit that they so rightfully deserve.
And I agree with him on that. Still paying homage and giving the props to Caitlin Clark for how good she is, but also saying, it's people that came before you that were able to get you where you are. And he made a good analogy. Bird and Magic, like that's what it is. You got the white dude who balling, handled the business. Bird was a baller, 100% was a baller. Magic was a hooper too. And so everybody kind of picks their corners. And, yeah, there's some race involved because one's black, one's white. So, obviously, there's going to be some race. But I don't think that it's and you got to think about their time. There were still some racial tensions during their time when they hooped, when they were balling. And so, yeah, it was easier to get behind, black people get behind Magic, white people get behind Larry. Because it's kind of like Luka, too, like Luka for the Mavs. Like, white people get behind this dude because he's a baller. How often do you get a dude in the league who is Caucasian that is top 5 player, top 10 player? And so, yeah, like that's white. I mean, it's kind of like, whenever Obama won the presidency, black people was hype. Got a black man in the White House finally. Like that same, like when you don't see people that look like you excelling in whatever it is that you're watching, are doing, and you see somebody that looks like you excelling, you're gonna be hyped for him. Or the other stuff don't even matter. So that's normal. So yes, people are going to be hyped for Caitlin Clark because, basketball is a black-dominated sport. Let's be honest. Even for the women, it's a black-dominated sport. For the men, it's a black-dominated sport. And so and it's crazy because of how dominated it is that we just kind of get so in this mindset that it's just like closed off. Like because it's so dominated, that's the norm. So when somebody comes against the norm and people get hype about that, we want to just, we got to keep it to the norm. That's what created slavery in the first place. Keeping to the norm. Oh, we got to do it like this because we can't let nothing new come in. This is tradition, so we got to keep the traditions alive, right? And that's when you get into these issues. And so it's crazy to me because as I look at it, this girl just balling like she's handling business. Is she gonna have rough games? Yes. Everybody has rough games. Everybody has rough games. Is she going to have them? Yes. But you have to also understand that she's shown that she is about that life. And, yeah, they trying to test her toughness and all that. They thought she wasn't tough when she played at Iowa. And she's a little skinny white chick out here hooping on them. But she tough, man. She's taking the hits from chicks that are bigger than her, roughing her up on the dang court. Taking the hits and she pushing. And yeah, if you go and her when her and Reese got the man when they got together in college and they was hooping. Oh man, let me tell you something. That was a sight to see because you had David and Goliath. You had the giant, the team, the best team in the league. And then you had David over here who was a singular baller. She had a team. Her team was decent, but it was her. When you go take down them people. That rivalry starts. So then, then they go back and forth. You got Reese over here, pointing at the finger and all that. Like that's good for the league. And I guarantee you that these two young ladies have a great deal of respect for each other. They see each other outside, off the court. They could dap it up, shake hands, have a conversation. But on the court, ain't no friends on the court. They understand that. That's good for the league, though. Like, this is literally good for the league. I think Caitlin Clark is great for the league. I think this draft class was huge in turning the tide for the WNBA in the right direction, in a direction that they need to go in. They need to go in this direction, right? And so I think that as you turn the tide and you keep it pushing, like, you got to be able to adapt. And part of the adaptation is understanding that you got a superstar on your hands. You do. I mean, granted, they not gonna all have the same accolades as her. They're not gonna get the NIL deal she got, all that jazz. Obviously, there's a lot more to it, but she's a star, a superstar, and she's gonna probably be the face of the WNBA for her career. That's what it's gonna be. People are gonna be screaming Caitlin Clark when they're shooting and busting threes. You literally used to be Kobe. We should say, oh, Kobe. Oh, LeBron, I'm about to go LeBron on you doing the legs. Oh, MJ, you know what I'm saying, laying up. It's Caitlin Clark now. Curry range. Up there, bam, hitting them. Now it's Caitlin Clark. Now it's called going Caitlin Clark. That's crazy. Never would have thought the day would ever come. But I'm happy it's here. It's a good opportunity for the women in the WNBA to be able to really take a step forward and be able to grow the league in the direction that the league needs to be grown. Because the league needs to be grown. Like, at the end of the day, we got to be honest with this stuff. Like, this is not rocket science. This is basic elements of business. That when you got somebody who's bringing in and drawing crowds, you're going to push them up to get more crowds. The NFL took advantage of Taylor Swift, and she don't even play football. Smart business moves. So I hope that, this draft class continues to ball. Reese continues to do her thing. Caitlin Clark obviously going to do what she's going to do, take them hits. But eventually the league's going to have to be like, all right, dude, like, y'all doing too much out here trying to get this girl hurt. Because if she gone, I bet you less people are watching. I guarantee less people are watching. And so they have to be careful from a business standpoint. That's all I'm saying. But that's all I have to say about Caitlin Clark and this whole thing. This is G2 Divide Podcast. If you like our content, please like, subscribe, and share. Comment if you got any comments to say. Again, I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Hey, it's been a push. It's been rough lately with sicknesses and all that stuff with the kids and everything. So we're going to keep it pushing, though, guys. It's GT. I'm out.